morning, Washington. How y'all doing, everybody? Welcome to Dave TV. How y'all doing? It's the 17th of January, and I thought I'd do some wild and crazy. There's not a lot to talk about. I was going to do a Dave TV yesterday, and I thought, there's nothing to talk about. What are we going to talk about? I don't have anything like, wow, let's talk about net neutrality. So I thought, let me do just a rapid fire stream of consciousness about big changes that are probably coming to the local media markets for 2014. Okay, some of these, it's just flash kind of thing. Flash, flash, flash. And we'll see. In a year from now, we'll look and see if any of these came true. But this is what I'm looking at, okay? So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for Dave's crazy predictions for 2014. Big changes at QSR. I just feel it. Big changes at Jack FM 102.7. Their ratings have been sagging a little bit. It's a good signal for the Washington Metro, even though it's in Baltimore. Somebody's going to do something with this. Clear Channel's going to do something with this signal. Make it more appealing to D.C. Something radical. Maybe even put talk on it. I don't know. Somebody's going to make some big changes to QSR sometime in 2014. Could be a format flip. Could be a full-service oldie station aimed at Washington and Baltimore. Could be something completely different. But I have a feeling QSR 102.7 to Baltimore. Big changes. That's prediction number 1. Number 2. Big changes at Wash. I still really feel that Jack Diamond is going to end up in mornings on Wash. I just feel it in my bones. Number 3. I think this is the year. This is the year that worries are going to hit TOP. Jim Farley's gone. Oxley could be out later this year. I have a funny feeling this is going to be the year the Giant tumbles. You're going to see TOP, instead of being in the top 5, maybe being 6. I just have a funny feeling. That happy talk they're doing over there, I just have a feeling this is going to be the year that TOP jumps the shark. What do you know? Okay. I also think there's going to be big changes at Comcast SportsNet. I'm hearing about some cuts over there. I'm hearing they're going to be merging the sports department with NBC4. They may even be rebranded as NBC Sports Washington. I don't know. Big changes at Comcast SportsNet. Look for that in 2014. Feeling it in my bones. I really think Dan Snyder's going to get out of radio. I just do. He may even sell the damn team. He's going to sell the team to a bunch of LA investors. They're going to move the Redskins to Los Angeles, and we'll be without football for a year or two. Well, maybe not, but I think he will sell the team. I just have a feeling he's getting sick of running WTEM. He may just get out of radio altogether, and who knows? So who could buy WTEM? Well, maybe Salem. I don't know. I have a funny feeling Salem wants to increase their cluster here in Washington. And I really feel like it would be to their benefit to move their righty talker WWRC to 105.1, a good signal. I just have a funny feeling something big's gonna happen with Salem in the Washington market in 2014. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Yep. I think WBAL will either, the radio station that is, will either get sold or get an FMer. One or the other this year, but to keep doing what they're doing on 1090 alone, it's Who would buy them? Clear Channel could buy them. I don't know. Radio 1 could buy. I don't know. Well, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen to BAL. I really think big print shrink for the Washington Post. You're going to see big changes in the Post, particularly the print edition as they get their new headquarters. I really think you may just see broadsheet for the front section and a tab for everything else stuck inside. Big changes for the Post. It's going to shrink a lot, the print section. It just looks anemic and doesn't have enough ads to support it. And Jeff Bezos is going to wonder, why am I pouring all this money into this losing product? Big house cleaning at Sinclair 7. I think it's a good possibility that Peterson, that Maureen, Bunyan, and Doug Hill will all say sayonara in 2014. Huge house cleaning for Sinclair 7. I really think so coming this year. I feel it in my bones. I think PFW is going to get sold. Something's going to happen to that station. Probably another non-commer will buy it and run it. Maybe WAMU buys WPFW and will continue to keep the format in some form or another on there. Maybe make it a little more AAA-ish, like XPN up in Philly. I don't know, but something's going to happen to PFW. It's limping along too sickly. I also think that Cumulus is going to have to do something at 107.3. I think a Spanish-English hit station, and kick El Zal right off somebody needs to have a really good signaled Spanish station in the Washington market. A Spanish-English hit station on 107.3, I think, is the way to go. It differentiates itself from the other hit stations in the market, particularly Hot 99.5. I think this is what's going to happen sometime in the new year. I've still got my cough here, by the way. Also a WMAL house cleaning, too, while we're at it. Goodbye, Brian and Larry. I don't know. But Michael Savage will be out by the spring. It's a complete and utter disaster. News Channel 8 will be relaunched as a righty news channel with the Washington Times on a national basis. Look for Sinclair to do that. Really think that's coming up. And they might make Morris Jones a top anchor there, and he'll be seen all over the country again. Elliot stays in D.C. Ain't going to New York. He ain't going nowhere. WOR, that's a joke. I also don't think you're going to see a huge change with Don Geronimo. I think he's going to stay weekends and evenings on JFK, still based out in California. But I do think CBS will finally get smart and move WJFK to 94.7. Goodbye, Fresh. But then what happens to 106.7? What happens to 106.7? CBS will add WNEW to 106.7. So WNEW will be on 106.7 and 99.1. And here we go. The tsunami, the CBS tsunami will overwhelm WTOP. And we're going to see a parity by the end of the year. If this happens, if CBS adds 106.7 signal to WNEW, by the end of 2014, there will be a parity in the ratings between WTOP and WNEW. Mark my words. If CBS doesn't do this, then CBS's WNEW will never get above 20th place during the year. So this is it. This is your ticket, Dan. This is your ticket, Steve Swenson. Do this. Or but maybe instead of Elliot going to New York, you're going back to New York with your tail between your legs. I also think there are going to be big changes at PGC, so a lot of changes for CBS. They're going to merge the fresh format with PGC in some form or another, and Steve Davis, of course, will run the combined thing, which we already know kind of thing. But I think that's what's going to happen. So big changes for CBS's cluster. I think there will be a huge scandal, and Erik Wemple will be fired at the Washington Post. I don't know what it is, but something will happen. He will be gone. My predictions for 2014. I also think another change at the Washington Post. Paul Farhi will quit so he can be a dinner theater actor. That's right. Change in Farhi. I left the H out, but maybe there was a Paul Farhi. I also think now big changes at the Baltimore Sun. The Baltimore Sun will be the first Tribune paper to go web only. The Baltimore Sun will completely discontinue its print edition in 2014 and go web only. Mark my words on that one. Kai Jackson, even though he's been moved down to Washington for Sinclair, he's going to actually be sent back to Baltimore to be the top anchor for Channel 45 WBFF when his CBS non-compete is up with WJZ. And finally, my final prediction. Donnie Simpson will return some way, some form to the Washington radio dial. Not sure where, not sure when. It might even be Wash. How about that? I don't know. I just have a feeling, a sense of feeling that Donnie Simpson will come back to the Washington radio dial sometime in 2014. 14. Ugh. All right, folks. Those are my wild and crazy predictions for big media changes in the Washington market in 20. What is that here? What did I do over here? Oh, no, never mind. 2014. Here they are. Here they are. If you give me $50, I will put these in an envelope and I will mail them to you. I will sign them all, and they will be worth something in a couple years. So there you go. All right, folks. I'll put my little camera back where it should be, up here on the top of the monitor. Oh yeah, one last thing. We had a couple of sponsors that did year-long sponsors that didn't renew this year. So we're a little bit in the hole financially for the beginning of January. So please take a minute and help support the website. Won't you? You can send us a check or you can make a PayPal donation. It's all very safe and above board. Just click on the support linky-dink there at the top of DCR TV and help support the site. 16, 17, going on our 17th year this year. Amazing, huh? Man, I'm stuck in a rut. All right, folks, thanks for watching Dave TV for the 17th of January 2014. Buck 'em, Dano.